Okay then guys, well I'm just going to show you one other way that you can hopefully pick these open. Idea again is to pick up, or one of the main things is to pick up that magnetic pin. What you can do is actually just, if possible, just magnetise an actual pick head, i.e. put a nice strong magnet perhaps on the pick itself. So as you put that into the lock, if you know where the pin is, you can see if you can pick up that pin as such. Okay. The only downside is sometimes when you've got your tension tool in, the magnet jumps onto your tension tool. It's quite an awkward technique. Plus as well, as long as it actually magnetises your pick enough. The other problem is obviously is the actual sequence that the pins need to be picked in. It may well be as you're picking through, if it's not picked in, or that magnetic pin isn't picked up at the right time, you're just not going to pick the lock. Okay. Another way you can do it, that some people do, would be to use a broken bit of magnet. You can see it's got a magnet here which is all in bits, and you can just get a little shard perhaps of that magnet itself, and then place that onto a pick like so, and then put that into the lock to actually pick up the magnet. Obviously it's only a small bit of magnet there, it could get stuck in a lock perhaps, but the way that I find the best way to do it would be to actually perhaps sacrifice a key, actually take out the actual magnet out of one of the keys, and that's what I've done here, just on the end of this little hook pick. Hopefully you can see there's a little magnet on the end there. Okay, because obviously that's just the right size, and the idea would be, obviously initially you may not know where the magnetic pin is, so I start to slide that into the lock down past the side of each pin until I find the magnetic pin in. Obviously because that is actually magnetic, it should hopefully jump on to that pin position. So for example, if it's the third pin, as I start to slide it through 1, 2, it should naturally just jump and find its way onto the third pin. Okay. Again, we know that on this lock it's the 5th pin. There's always a danger, especially when it's the 5th pin, that the magnet jumps on past that point. Okay, because there's obviously things in the lock as well that magnetise. But if we take the time, you should be able to feel and hear it jump into position. So all I've done is attach that to the end of the pick. So I'm just going to slide that through nice and easy down the side of each pin. I'm looking for the point just there, and I felt that jump into position. You can see it's gone from the pick. Okay, so next, place my tension tool in the lock, and I'm just going to start to pick this as you usually would. Now obviously again, I haven't got anything now to pick up the cam, unlike in the first video where we had the key, or the tip of the key to do that. Now what I find is when the lock picks, I'll get that give, but then I'm going to have to force that cam into position. Okay, so let's start to pick this lock. Okay, so a bit of tension on, start to pick through, and I'm hoping that magnetic pin stays in the right position. There's always a danger as you get onto it, it nudges it out the way, or your pick does. So nice and slowly. Okay, had a nice bit of give there. Okay, so I'm just releasing the tension a fraction. I just want to make sure that pick is in the right, or that pin's in position. Okay, just bouncing that tension, because sometimes that magnetic pin just needs a bit of help just there. Okay, so it was in position, but sometimes just that little nudging just helps pull that pin up. Okay, so now that's gone, it's in a pick position, but what it's not allowing me to do is to pick up the cam. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap round the side of the tension tool, and I'm going to get a slightly stronger pick. You could use a bit of spring steel. I'm going to see if I can force that cam into position. So just trying to push it through. Sometimes the plug wants to rock back a bit, but you have to let it do that. So I'm just trying to force that cam in just there, but obviously I've lost some of the pins. So the cam's forced in. I'm going to put tension back, start to pick back through again. I've just lost them, 1 or 2 of the pins there, and I'm hoping that cam stays locked in. Again, just teasing that. Again, just teasing the tension. Oh, just felt one or two pins jump up there. Again, go back through. There's always a danger that you'll lose pins. Don't know if it's picking up on the video, the actual little clicks. Again, just bouncing that tension for that magnetic pin. Okay, could have moved. Just seeing if it's just there again. Okay, again I've lost the cam. So again, just a nice strong pick. I'm going to swap over the tension. See if I can get that cam locked into place. Okay, sometimes the plug has to come back a fair bit for me to do that. Hence why you sometimes lose pins. Okay, again, just struggling a bit with that cam. Okay, it's just gone into position, but again, feels like I've lost the pin. So I've engaged the cam. So again, swapping over sides with the tension. Okay, sometimes you'll get all the cam etc. First hit. Okay, so again that's in a pick position. So that's probably now engaged some of the trap pins. So I'm just going to see if I can free up them trap pins there. Okay, again engaging into the trap pins. Picked up the cam though, which is the main thing. Just seeing if I can free that up. Just going to swap side on the pick because it's the other side of the trap pins. So just run it down the side. Down the side of the actual plug. Because again, because the key's not in there, then trap pins just jump into positions. Sometimes I just use a little hook pick just to go in and try and depress them pins. Okay, eventually they'll free up. Again, just been a little bit of a awkward bugger. Again, just go in flat side of a pick. See if I can depress them down. Just going to bring that plug back a fraction. There you go, so that's freed up that side. Again, swap tension tool, swap sides, trap pins. Just need to tease them out of the way. Okay, the way I'm teasing them is just simply depressing on top of the pins. So again, locked round, just pins engaged into the plug. So you can see it's a gradual process because I haven't got anything in there to actually hold them pins back. So again, trap pins. Going in, trying to depress. Okay, you get trapped in quite a few different positions. As long as you take your time. The idea is as well, is when you do engage into the trap pins, don't try and force anything. Okay, just trying to depress on them pins. Okay, I've actually got trapped on the side here. That's my fault, not actually looking at the position of the plug. So again, just trying to tease them out of the way. Okay, just there. I'm going to get trapped again. Just in that position. So again, swap tension tool, my side. Just go in and tease them pins down a fraction. Okay, it'll only be 3 pins that the actual trap pins are on. And you'll feel that because they'll slightly bind up. Oh, just losing my tension tool. So I'll just have to get these trap pins just one more time. Okay, but some of you may be thinking that's quite a fiddly little process and it's all going wrong. It's not actually going to, that is just naturally 9 times out of 10 how this technique would work. Well, you are going to get the trap pins, you're going to get slightly confused as to what trap pins have engaged, but if you always look in the plug and again just work out the plug position and what side of the trap pins you actually have engaged, you should be able to get out of that. But you can see how it works. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's a little bit awkward like you've just seen there. But hopefully you learned something there. Cheers.